Hi, everyone. My name is Tia Goebel, and my pronouns are she, her. I'm the executive director of the Compassion Project. I'm excited to share this video series with you, our supporters, to build a stronger connection to our mission and vision, as also and also highlight ways that we can work together to have a bigger impact on our community. I know some of you have supported our organization for more than 5 years. That's amazing. But many of you are also new supporters. I want to personally thank each and every one of you for your past and future support. We can't do this work without you. Before we look at where we are going, I wanted to do a quick video about where we have been, especially for those who are just learning about our organization. Stick with me for a few minutes, whether you are a past supporter or a new supporter, because I'm going to share a little bit more about what we do have upcoming here at the end of this video and how you can get plugged into our work. Compassion Project started in 2017 as a pilot program of underneath Montana State University's College of Education, Health, and Human Development. At this time, division and bullying were on the rise in our community. And so a couple of dozen community leaders, educators, artists, mental health workers, and racial justice advocates came together and envisioned a project that would unite the community around shared values. Dr. Kate Kaminsky, our founder, had recently visited a beautiful school art display in Wisconsin. It featured thousands of paintings by young students about what compassion meant to them. And that powerful display inspired the focus and the vision of the project here. We continued to build on that project and go a little deeper and make it more Montanan, put a Montana spin on it. And they landed on this word of compassion because so much research has come out around how people who practice compassion for themselves and for others tend to have a happier life and a more satisfied life. So if compassion was a shared value that could bring people together and improve lives, how do we teach it? That group of interdisciplinary scholars and leaders wrote a curriculum to teach and spread compassion through the tools of art and mindfulness. And that's been our mission these past 5 years. In just 2 years, the curriculum reached about 4,500 local students and 1,500 adults. The last lesson in the curriculum has you create a painting about what compassion means to you and what you learned. And these paintings were organized together into a citywide art exhibit, likely one of the largest art exhibits in Montana. So I started as a volunteer for the project, and I fell in love with the mission and the people that I met along the way. At the time, I was personally struggling with severe anxiety and depression, but it was in large part this word of compassion and this daily practice of compassion that helped put me back on a more hopeful course for myself, for our community, for humanity. And also working with an organization that actually makes you practice what you preach is so good for my well-being. And I really am passionate about sharing that with others. In 2019, with Kate's help, we established a 501c3 to continue this work. So in the spring of 2020, at the beginning of the pandemic, we pivoted quickly. We put all of our programs online. We did some outreach to senior centers, knowing that they were experiencing a lot of isolation. And we wrote an entirely new curriculum as well to help teachers, educators, and leaders practice compassion while coping with the specific challenges of the COVID pandemic. In 2021, I became the full-time executive director. And that year, we offered a mixture of online and in-person programming with schools, after-school programs, clinics, and really saw a need emerge at this time that we had been aware of, but just seemed more urgent. And that is compassion for caregivers, because caregivers, teachers, healthcare workers, multi-generational households, these kinds of folks were really burning out and needing more support. So in the fall of 2022, we moved into our first office and classroom space, which is where I am now, at Biome Slowcraft Collective. And this move has been a total game changer. It's been awesome to be able to meet more quickly and easily with volunteers, with donors, with board members. It's been great to collaborate with a community that's already focused on creativity. And it's awesome to have a backup space to host events when we need to. So we're really loving being here at Biome. All right, so in summary, in our organization's 5-year history, we've explored compassion with over 7,700 Montanans. And again, that has been really collaborative work where we're partnering with schools and local organizations. And every single day in this work, I'm learning something new, right? And I'd love to share this quote with you from Megan Brenna, a teacher in Livingston. And she said, "Kindness changes the moment. Empathy changes people, and compassion changes the world." So thank you so much for your support. I deeply believe that by teaching and spreading compassion, we're not only preventing future suffering because we're bringing our focus on what truly matters, but we're also offering a different way of leading, a different way of teaching, a different way of being in community that embraces all of our humanness and opens us up to having really difficult but necessary conversations. And all of that being rooted in love, in joy, in common humanity. And that just brings me so much warmth and so much hope for our future. So the work that we are doing now, this spring, we're focusing on 4 programs. Those are volunteer trainings, compassion for caregivers, business sponsorships, and giving circles. So we really need your help getting the word out about these programs. We would love for you to participate in one or all of these programs. You can read more about these programs below and click links and even reserve your spot. So volunteer trainings are really focusing on skill building. So building the skills to teach compassion through art and mindfulness. And you can take those skills back to your organization or school or family or workplace, or you can volunteer with our organization in a long-term way. So we're really about, again, collaboration and empowering people. Compassion for caregivers is more about receiving. So more about holding space for caregivers to connect with one another, to have a longer meditation activity, to have some more time to experience the therapeutic benefits of art, and to connect with each other to know that they're not alone in the burdens and the challenges that they are carrying, and to hopefully inspire one another to take small actions to advocate for the needs that we have, that caregivers have, and work together to make sure that more of those are met so our community is more resilient as a whole. And then our other 2 programs, business sponsorships and giving circles, are ways to bring people into this work who may not at first think that compassion is super important to them, and that's super fair, but there are ways to support our programs and subsidize our programs so that they stay affordable and accessible, and we can build this organization for the long haul. All right, so keep reading about those programs. Please spread the word about them or come to one of them yourself. And look out for the next video where I'm going to go more in depth about our workshops and give you more insight into what compassion means to us, and again, what those workshops actually look like. So thank you so much.